Today I'm looking at an Italian woman that made her mark on society through politics, photography, and possibly a cursed opal. Born in Florence, Italy, Virginia Oldoini was a member of a minor noble family. She married Francesco Verastes, Count of Castiglione, when she was just 17 to his 29. But her marriage to a count was not her only connection to high society. Her cousin was a minister to Victor Emmanuel II, who was king of Sardinia, but later king of a unified Italy. The idea of a unified Italy was on the mind of Virginia's cousin, who, when Virginia and her husband Francesco traveled to Paris in 1855, urged her to talk the matter over with Napoleon III. Our girl Virginia did that and more by becoming his mistress. Virginia became a fixture in European royal life, often being the talk of the town with her elaborate court dress. Once, she attended a ball dressed as the Queen of Hearts on the arm of Napoleon III. The implications of that Queen of Hearts dress was clear to everyone. It was sending a message to Empress Eugenie saying, well, I might not be married to the man, but I am sure the queen of his heart. The message certainly got across to Empress Eugenie, who allegedly told Virginia, "The heart is a bit low, madame." Due to her affair with Napoleon, her husband demanded a divorce, and Virginia was left destitute. She took a few additional lovers, including Victor Emmanuel II, and while there were several factors at play and it cannot be solely accredited to Virginia, Italy did achieve unity in 1861. Around this time, Virginia also became very involved with photography. She sat for up to 700 different photographs, and some of her work was considered pretty risque for the time period. Photos of her bare feet and ankles, for example. But she was also very involved on the other side of the camera as well. She really directed and took charge of a lot of her photo shoots and edited the photographs after. But all of this really contributed, along with the elaborate court dresses, to a reputation for being a bit materialistic and narcissistic. So the Countess of Castiglione was an exciting figure to be around, because besides her time in the French and Italian courts, Virginia also had influence in the world of Spanish royalty as well. This is where the story of the cursed opal comes into play. Alfonso XII became King of Spain in 1874, and he assured Virginia that there would be a place for her in the Spanish court. But in 1878, Alfonso married his first cousin, and Virginia was cast to the side. Now, after setting this backdrop of Virginia being rejected by Alfonso, a Chicago newspaper first reported in 1898 that Virginia sent the couple a wedding present, and that it was a beautiful opal ring. Alfonso immediately placed the ring on his new wife's finger, and 6 months later, Queen Mercedes died of typhoid fever, allegedly still wearing that ring. Alfonso then gave the ring to his grandmother, Queen Christina, who then also died a few months later. The ring was then passed on to Alfonso's sister, Infanta Maria, who only got a few days' wear out of it before dying. Are you seeing the pattern here? The ring would allegedly claim 2 more victims, Alfonso's sister-in-law, and then finally Alfonso himself, who died of tuberculosis, likely brought on by cholera. But here's the thing. It is very likely that this opal ring never existed in the first place. There's no photographs of it, and the statue it was allegedly hung on was destroyed with no sign of the opal ring. And all of the deaths attributed to it can be very easily explained. Are you more likely to die of a cursed opal or from tuberculosis? I think tuberculosis is going to win. In fact, I'm positing that this story, first reported in 1898, a year before Virginia's death, serves only one purpose, and that is to vilify Virginia. Throughout her life, Virginia did what she had to in order to live a decent and comfortable life. She was married off at 17 and given what surely seemed to be an impossible task of unifying a whole country. She was also the subject of much gossip and critique due to the affairs she had. But at a time when opportunities were limited for women, and keep in mind that she was also divorced and broke, I can't fault her for using powerful men to better her station. And this story of the opal ring. It alleges that because Virginia was scorned by Alfonso, she sent him a cursed ring and now has the blood of 5 people on her hands. I mean, come on. As a society, we love to hate women that love themselves. Even the language used to talk about Virginia today still gives off that very sexist and misogynistic tone to it. She's narcissistic. She's a selfie queen. Or is she actually just a pioneer of photography? I could go on forever about historical misogyny and how that relates to Virginia, and then also how we can connect that to royal ladies of today. But I'm going to stop myself here before I start yelling.